20 from the city that dreams big, the gig city. As an ocean ambassador, my advocacy is to encourage people to stop using dynamite fishing and active participation in mangrove planting and also solid waste management. And I believe that you can never cross the ocean until you have courage to the side of the shore. And I thank you.
Sharon Pado Mercado, 24, from the City of Colors, Tanawan City, Batangas. Passionate about traveling new places, exploring new things, and fond of cooking and baking. An advocate of ocean preservation through travel responsibly awareness. Thank you.
I'm Mia Otani, 19 years old, representing Filipino community of Japan. I'm from Japan but half Filipino. My advocacy is madami maganda dito sa Pilipinas ng dagat and beach. Pero sa loob ng dagat, madami yung trash. Huwag tayo na itapon sa dagat yung trash. And I love Philippine food and I love dagat ng Pilipinas.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jane Darren Henavisa, 21 years old. I graduated of Bachelor of Arts in Literature at the University of Southeastern Philippines. I am an orphan who will never stop dreaming, believing, and soaring high. And I will represent the land of promise, Davao City. Since I already have my advocacy, which is helping the less fortunate, especially the children, that I've been doing for almost 7 years, I think it made me more capable enough to carry my marine advocacy, which is information dissemination, by having symposiums and seminars. And we should always remember that whatever we do to our nature, nature will bring it back to the humanities. Thank you.
My name is Sharon Marie Rona, 20, representing City of Mandaluyong. I'm currently a volunteer human resource officer to a non-profit organization which aims to travel and at the same time reach out to communities. I am here because we want to raise awareness and spread knowledge about the limiting or totally banning of single-use plastics. Together, let's save our ocean for our simple ways. Thank you.
Ayanita Jill, 28, born and raised in the province of Laguna by a Muslim father and a Catholic mother. I believe that it is time to toughen up our measure to promote proper waste management and reduction of single-use plastic using 3Es, engaging, educating, and empowering communities with the help of local government units and organizations that support the same cause. Because I believe that together we can all make a splash to save the ocean.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Caroline B. Guzman, 28. I'm representing Quezon City. I'm a licensed financial advisor, a Sunday school teacher, and a Marine ambassador. In response to the heartbreaking news that the Philippines ranked as the third worst plastic polluter into the world's ocean, it is my advocacy to eliminate plastic waste and poverty in the Philippines. Thank you.
A blessed afternoon, everyone. I am Prisha Javier, 18 years of age and representing Las Piñas City. And I am a first-year college taking up Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management and from Olivares College. And my advocacy is marine life conservation and preservation through effective pedagogy or education and sustainable conservation solutions. And to achieve all of that, always remember that the key is us being responsible and being disciplined human. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Erica Lasista, 22 years old, representing Parañaque City. I've been through a lot of sports, but I want to promote scuba diving because I found it as the best. The discipline it entails is different, and awareness in regards to preservation of our ocean and its living things gives me a good social cause. I also want to show that there's nothing to fear with something as beautiful as the ocean.
A pleasant afternoon, everyone. Hi, thanks for coming. I'm Noelle Fuentes Uitwated, 26 years old, representing the beautiful municipality of Tangalan, Aklan. I'm an anthropologist and environmentalist with a penchant for traveling. And part of my advocacy is on marine preservation and sustainable ecotourism with coral transplanting and rehabilitation. Thank you.
My name is Michael Gio, Bachelor in Dress. Michael Gio, Bachelor in Dress, 28, Lipa, City, Batangas. I graduated cum laude from De La Salle Lipa and was given the privilege to deliver the class valedictory address for my batch. I am a certified public accountant. I am a holder of international audit license, certified internal auditor. I am a motivational, professional, public, and youth speaker. And currently, I am serving as an internal auditor in Philippines' largest oil and marketing company, Petron Corporation. To be honest, my profession as a CPA and CIA gave me the privilege to travel around the Philippines and in Asia, and actually gave me the opportunity to see the naked beauty of our Philippine archipelago. And it drives my advocacy, which I call Upland for Last, which focuses on the protection of the unspoiled or untouched islands of our country through strengthening the role of the families, communities, and our local government units in environmental governance.
Representing province of Aurora. Studied at Aurora State College of Technology, taking up a Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, or what we call ASCOT. Advocacy is coral youth and marine ecosystem conservation, building of core groups within youth that will eventually make a ripple effect to save our marine wildlife. Thank you.
I'm an open water diver and communication art student at Southern International School and Colleges, and I believe that being a student will help me encourage my fellow millennials with my simple advocacy, and that is to refuse the single-use plastic and continue spreading the word by being a broadcaster in the future. Muchas gracias.
You all look lovely, ladies. Do you guys already have a favorite? Before you pin that, I would advise you to just hold that thought because we'll get to know them more intimately later. So, welcome, ladies. Congratulations. And since you delighted us with your advocacies, our National Director and CEO, Ms. Cindy Passion Maluna, will present them with their own metal straws from Cebu EcoFits. So this metal straw, this pouch comes in with one straight metal straw and one bended for whatever juice they would like. And it also comes with a small cleaner. You can open them, ladies, to make sure it's a metal straw in there. And you never have to use a plastic straw again. For all those who are posting online, please use the hashtag Miss Cuba Philippines 2018, MSP 2018, and Saving Oceans Through Beauty. Time for some photos, feel free guys. Don't forget to use the hashtags. Thank you, ladies. You may now exit the stage. You heard our ocean ambassador speak, and now I'd like to give the floor to the woman who made this possible. She was the first Filipino winner and the only, at the moment, Miss Cuba International. You saw her on the stage a while ago. She's our national director. She's the CEO of the LASAPAL, and she's also a dear friend. I would like to introduce to everyone, Miss Cindy Pasha Manuel.
Thank you very much, Apple. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for coming over to the second press presentation of Miss Cuba Philippines under Talasapal Production. Well, I'm out of words, and I'm very thankful that despite of the inclement weather that we have, traffic, we were able to be here and join us. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, to our media friends. You are the reason why we are here. Maraming salamat po sa suporta nyo, not only to the pageant, to all the candidates and also the organizer. And also I would like to thank our sponsor who helped us from the day one until today and until the coronation night. And we hope for your continued support to Pro Media Production. Thank you very much, Ms. Lahayana. To Rufus Famous Tapa. To Las Casas Filipinas de Acosar, to Victoria Sports, to Mr. Group of Companies, to Bluefin Diving, to Bawan Diver Sanctuary Resort, to Rotary Club of Makati Central, to Scuba Studio, to Puerto Galera, and of course, to our marketing partner and our PR partner, Amplify, headed by Mr. Mix. Maraming salamat, Sir Miguel de la Rosa, for this wonderful event that we had with you. And of course, I would also like to thank Ms. Sheila Fajardo Motomal for helping us all throughout this. And ladies and gentlemen, I know every one of you knows Miss Cuba Philippines. And I know some of you may be nodding their forehead saying, what is Cuba Philippines it's all about? Like, I will never forget how we started during our first year. It's never easy. It's a roller coaster ride, but we are thankful and really grateful for this moment and for sharing your time and valuable effort with us. At this time, we are encouraging every one of you to help us in this mission, in saving our oceans through beauty. And we collaborated with different marine conservation groups to stay true with our advocacy, and we always fight for that. And that is the reason why we are here. We wanted to empower these young and passionate ladies to become the future ambassadors, not just for our ocean, but for the marine conservation family and organization.
I wouldn't be successful, we wouldn't be successful, and we wouldn't make it kung ako lang po nag-iisa. Sa pagkakataon po ito, gusto ko pong ipakilala sa inyo ang mga tao po na nasa likod ko, ang mga kaibigan ko po na hindi ako iniwan mula sa umpisa. At ito na po yung pangalawang taon namin at nandito pa rin po sila. Tinutulungan ako at tinutulungan ang buong organisation ng Beautifull Production. Gusto ko po silang ma-accept sa tabi ko. Unang-una, si Miss Athena Catrice, Miss Andrea Delgado, Miss Apple Bacayon, Miss Rachel Quiñones. Magpapapicture lang kami. Thank you very much, Paul. Everyone, 3 of them are already open water divers, and 2 of them will be open water divers as well. Because for you to be able to understand what's in there, and for you to have this passion underwater, you must see it, you must feel it with yourself, and you have to connect with the ocean. Kaya, thank you very much at sa lahat ng sinasabi ko, how grateful I am to have every one of you. And of course, I would also like to call on Mr. Miguel de la Rosa and Ms. Sheila Motomal, our marketing partner, and Ms. Ermi. Yes. And ladies and gentlemen, this pageant that we work for is not just something that we wanted to do a pageant, but there is a reason why we are doing it. And we wanted to stay true with this cause, with this advocacy that we are all fighting for. And at this point in time, I would also like to call on our queens from 2017. Yeah, second runner-up, Ms. Karen Arias. Ms. Danica Acuña, our first runner-up. And our Miss Cuba Philippines 2017, Shirlene Ligaspi Villarreal. She also included in the top 5 in the Miss Cuba International and won Miss Photogenic Award. Nagpapapicture ko kami ulit. The ladies would like to say something. We start with Ms. Karen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Naalala ko before yung first year na Miss Cuba Philippines nung nag-join ako, hindi siya madali, pero sobrang saya at fulfilling sa pakiramdam dahil ngayon marami ng tao ang nakakilala sa Miss Cuba Philippines, and mahalaga yun para sa maproteksyonan and ma-preserve natin yung ocean and ang marine life. Thank you.
Danica?
For sponsors and media friends, thank you for supporting the second year of Miss Cuba Philippines. Salamat po sa paniniwala ninyo sa advocacy ng pageant namin. And thank you din po sa Miss Cuba Philippines dahil sa inyo naging diver ako, not just a diver, a rescue diver, and ang dami ko na din napuntahan magandang dive sites sa Pilipinas and outside of the country. So thank you, Miss Cindy, and to the rest.
Thank you so much po sa lahat ng mga, you have it, Daddy already told everything po. The one thing I'm going to say about the Miss Beautifull Philippines is it's really a
opened a big opportunity to me to see what's really underwater is. I'm in water before when I started Miss Scuba Philippines. I can get this. And now I'm a rescue diver. And thank you so much, Sir Benjamin de los Santos, for giving us a rescue diver. And now me and Danny we're gonna explore more about the ocean. And then after this Miss Scuba Philippines, I'm pretty sure I feel that I'm it's been I think 1 month more. I'm gonna pass my crown to the new queen. The thing I'm going to say to the queen, just enjoy the moment when you are here because I'm enjoying and I'm so thankful. Thank you. Thank you so much po sa pag-support sa amin. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. Let me sit down.
It's very heartfelt, and kasi for a year, our queens join us in every activities, in every diving experience, in every travel, in every cause that we put in, they are with us. Kaya sobrang close na rin nila sa isa't isa. And because this is really our passion, that's why we're doing it. It's not just about the pageant itself. And also, yesterday we had this very important activity at Beautifull. Thank you very much, Ma'am Elmi. We do this bra recycling campaign, and all the ladies had donated their worn-out bras because it will be converted as a renewable fuel, a solid fuel called fluff fuel, and it can generate incinerators and all of this, and it's better than coal. So it's a sustainable switch. So thank you very much, ma'am, for that. And to other sponsors that I haven't mentioned, you are not forgotten, and we are truly grateful and truly honored to have you in this endeavor. It's already our 2 years, and we would like to stay true to our advocacy, and I just wanted to tell you that we aim for bigger and better Miss Scuba Philippines. Thank you very much po sa lahat ng suporta ninyong lahat.
Thank you, Cindy. You know, when I say beautiful in Miss Scuba Philippines, it's not just, the ladies, it's really the advocacies and what we stand for. And I'm sure you guys are curious what we've gone through for the past month because we've known our ocean ambassadors for a month now, at least a month. And we were able to travel with them, go scuba diving with them, have a photo shoot. And I'd just like to give you a sneak peek of what we've done. And this will give you a preview of what else is to expect. So, that you're ready. Did that give you a good preview of what to expect? Today we're not just presenting our ocean ambassadors and we're not just selecting our darling of the press. Curious enough, we're also launching our very own Miss Scupa Philippines app. And through this app, you can get to follow our updates and you also have a chance to vote for your favorite Miss Scupa Philippines. So for the non-press here, this is your chance to have your voice heard in the pageant. And we have 3 ways to vote for your favorite Miss Scupa Philippines Ocean Ambassador, and that's through Beautifull. So you just go online and vote, beautifull.ph. You can also vote through Facebook by liking their photo in our ambassadors album. And you can also, of course, like their photo on their mobile app, as I said. So I would just like to say thank you. Our Miss Scupa Philippines app is powered by Mr. Gee, and I think he is in the room. I haven't met him, but I just like to say thank you, and I'm so excited to explore this app and grow this app. And now I think this is one of the most exciting portion of the pageant. Are you guys excited? You know what it's all about. Of course, the cream of the crop for all pageants. So I told you you'll get to know the girls more intimately, and you will. Are we ready? Are the girls ready? Okay. And now. Okay, this will be a little bit dramatic. Before we show them to in their swimsuits, I'd just like to again thank our sponsors, Pro Media, Rufus Famous Tapa, Amplify, Las Casas Filipinas de Acuzar, Victoria Sports, Backboard, Mr. Group of Companies, Bluefin Diving, Bowen Divers Sanctuary Resort, Bayan of Puerto Galera, Silangan, Mindoro, Puerto Galera Dive Shops and Dive Resorts Association, Scuba Studio, Rotary Club of Makati Central, and Golden Phoenix Hotel. How are you guys doing? You guys look a little bit sleepy. Don't worry, the best part is yet to come. And you'll get to know them more intimately because you can ask them your own questions. So if you have, just write them down on paper so you don't forget it. Any questions, advocacy, or what they're all about, what their discipline. And I think we're ready. Okay, so without further ado, your Miss Scupa Philippines Ocean Ambassadors 2018.
Follow my step on instruction. Right to the left, right to the right, drop it down low and take it back high. Bitch, I don't need an introduction. Follow my step on instruction. You know what I got you. Oh yeah. I'm the guest, no need to queue. Oh yeah. Me and my crew, we got the juice. Oh yeah. So come here, let me mentor you. Well, some say I'm bossy 'cause I am the boss. Buy anything, I don't care what it costs. I'm running a casino. If you're listening, I'm Diana Ross. All the ladies, right to the left, right to the right, drop it down low, take it back high. Bitch, I don't need an introduction. Follow my step on instruction. Right to the left, right to the right, drop it down low, take it back high. Bitch, I don't need an introduction. Follow my step on instruction.
Marinela Rios, Umingan Pangasinan. Don't you agree with me? We'd just like to thank Tanya Swim for sponsoring the Swimmer of Our Ladies for this afternoon. And I forgot to mention earlier that our mobile app, the Miss Cuba Philippines app, is now available on Play Store. And today, actually, the first 12 people, whoever that is, who will download this app today, can get their own metal straws from Cebu and Uflex. All you have to do, we have Wi-Fi in this building, you just have to download the app and then claim your metal straw from our registration area. So we have 12 straws for that. You will get the bended and the straight straw, and then the succeeding 10 will get a bended straw. And I mentioned earlier about voting your favorite ocean ambassador on Beautifull.ph on Facebook on our mobile app, and that's for no reason, because these votes will determine who the People's Choice Award will be, and that person will automatically be part of the top 8, so it's a big deal. So I hope you guys do vote for your favorite ocean ambassador, because it's going to determine who will represent the Philippines in the 8th edition of Miss Cuba International. So the criteria for the voting is 80% for Beautifull.ph, you can go check out their website, 10% on Facebook, and 10% from the mobile app. But again, if you download the mobile app, you can take home a metal straw from Cebu Ecoworks. And now, I think you guys have questions for our candidates, and they're more than ready to answer your questions. So I'd like to call them back on stage, the Miss Cuba Philippines Ocean Ambassadors. Hi ladies, are you ready to answer questions from our guests? Okay, you just come forward to the table and get the mic if that question is addressed to you. So, who's going to be the first one to ask our ocean ambassadors the question? There you are. Hi sir, may I have your name and where you're from?
I'm Rob from Manila. Okay, I want to ask you ladies one question. My first question goes to candidate number 13. Hello. Just one question. How important is the ocean to you?
The ocean is very, very important to me. I believe, well, what we learned in biology, that it is the actual source of life. Therefore, it really does play a vital role in our existence. And actually, everything is interdependent. So without the ocean, there's no life. Thank you.
Thank you. And then candidate number 14. 14. Hello, number 14. So how would you stop ocean pollution?
I always believe that it starts with us. It's you, each one of you sitting in front of me. we must unite together. Actually, it's not just the government's role when President Duterte signed the Paris Agreement. It's each and every one of us who needs to work together so that we can save our ocean. Because at the end of the day, you are the one who needs the ocean and not the ocean needs you the other way around, right? Thank you.
Thank you. And then last, candidate number 6. Hello, number 6. You will be asked to give a punishment to serious offenders of plastic litters. What kind of punishment would you have?
Sorry po, Tagalog na lang.
Sige. Kung magpapataw ka ng kaparusahan sa mga seryosong nagtatapon ng plastic kung saan-saan, ano kayang parusa bibigyan mo?
Dapat po tayo meron yung trash yung ilagay natin sa trash only. Tapos meron yung recycle box. Dapat ganun yung ginagawa natin po para sa dagat namin po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And good luck to all.
Thank you, sir. Are there other questions?
Sir, name and where you're from?
Morning. Good afternoon. I'm Adam from Saksi Publication. Number 1 and number 16, we have the same questions. Besides being an ocean warrior, what would be your other advocacy?
Can you repeat that?
Besides being an ocean warrior, what would be your other advocacy?
Hi, Lyra.
Good morning. Good afternoon. So besides being an ocean warrior, I think my other advocacy is to be an overall environmental educator, to educate a lot of people of how we need our nature and not the other way around. And it is important that they know how important it is for them, for us, that we must take care of it so that in the future, the future generation would not, they would not face the same problem that we're having right now. A lot of plastic pollution and that's the pollution that we're having right now. So that's all. Thank you.
Anybody else would like to answer that question? Besides being an ocean warrior, what other advocacy would you like to stand by? Rephrasing. So candidate number 2. Sorry. Okay, you can proceed and answer this question.
Hello everyone, I'm candidate number 16. And as you all heard, my advocacy is refuse single-use plastic. For me, the only solution to this pollution problem is to be a plastic-free country. I know it's merely impossible, but I believe that in one step, in one courage to helping other people, encouraging other people will create a big difference in this country, especially in our country. Besides from a plastic-free country, I believe that we should conserve energy because we don't know how much energy we are consuming, especially even those simple energy-consuming product, like we're plugging something from the plug, like the charger, right? We don't unplug it, but that's consume a lot of energy. I think that is the top 2 for me to save the environment. Thank you.
Candidate number 2.
Sir, can you repeat the question, please?
Besides being an ocean warrior, what would be your other advocacy?
So, beside, maliban pa sa pagiging ocean ambassador, gusto ko pong gusto ko pong i-advocate is yung about po sa culture ng aming bayan. So, kami po, sa bayan po namin is more on agriculture. So, sa amin po kasi, in my municipality po, kami po yung, yung yung municipality po namin is, hindi po, kasi wala po nung, so yun po. Sa municipality po namin, ang aming municipality po kasi is free smoking po. So, gusto ko lang po i-advocate na sa aming municipality po is smoke free po. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate number 3, Jan.
So, good afternoon po. So, can you repeat the question, please?
Besides being an ocean warrior, what other advocacy would you stand by?
So, we are not just dependent on the ocean, we are dependent on our land. Kung saan tayo naninirahan ngayon, kung saan tayo tumatayo at nabubuhay. So, kung magkakameron pa po ako ng ibang advocacy, ito po ay yung greener environment. Bakit? Kasi napapansin po natin ngayon, madami pong mga puno ang mga napuputol para lang po magtayo po ng mga buildings. And so, nagdudulot po ito ng pagbaha po dito, lalo na po dito sa ating city. Maraming salamat.
Hello po.
Bukod nga po dun sa advocacy na sinasabi, yung opinion ko lang ay magkaisa ang bawat mga tao at tigilan ang paggamit ng plastic. Salamat.
Hi, good evening everyone. Aside from ocean ambassador, aside from being an ocean ambassador, I'm also an advocate of depression awareness and literacy, a mental illness, because I noticed that a lot of children today are doing suicide, most especially the youth. I want them to know, especially that they are really important. We must all have, starting from our home, our family, the parents, guidance. They have to take care of their children, to love them, because love is the greatest thing, most special thing that you can give to your child is love, to avoid those depressions and mental illness. Thank you.
Candidate number 6, Mia Otani.
For me, dagat ng Pilipina is my favorite po talaga. Pero dito sa ngayon yung problema, madami yung plastic, tapos madami na mapatay yung fish. Kaya, tapos yung sa loob na dagat, madami yung plastic, yung trash. So sad naman po ito. Kaya, kaya yung advocacy ko, sana more proud natin yung dagat namin dito sa Pilipinas. Thank you.
Candidate number
Number 7, Jane Darren Genovesa.
Aside from being an ocean warrior, I will speak on my first advocacy, which is helping the less fortunate. That I just said earlier that I've been doing it for almost 7 years, and actually I've been visiting an orphanage and bahay ng Bahay na Linya in Davao City. And I want to carry it here, not just in Davao City, but also here in Manila. That's all.
Hello. So beside for marine conservation advocacy, my advocacy during my Miss Mandaluyong reign or journey is that the raising of awareness of teenage pregnancy awareness, which is timely and relevant in our country. So during my journey in Miss Mandaluyong, we visited the highest rate of teenage pregnancy in Mandaluyong because I believe that raising awareness is knowing the real situation. So I think that's a good advocacy also. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So two things come in mind when we say that aside from being an ocean warrior, what is it that's something I promote? So first is actually on the health and fitness. So I'm a health and fitness advocate, and I believe that before we go out there, we should also protect and empower ourselves to protect the environment. And aside from that, I am an advocate of tourism. So I've been in coordination with, I started with my municipality, Laguna. I coordinated with the local government unit, with the governor and the other councilors within Laguna and how we can promote Laguna as a tourism spot and how we can help save bodies of water within Laguna. That would go. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 9, Ariana de Hampshire. Let's call on candidate number 10, Carlene de Guzman.
In response to the recent news that the Philippines is the third worst plastic polluter in the world's ocean, I want to address to the root cause of it. Number 1 is single-use plastics, and 7 is poverty. In the Philippines, there are 103 million population, wherein Filipinos are pushed to buy products with single-use plastic sachets. So as a financial advisor, it is my advocacy to share financial literacy all over the Philippines. Thank you.
Candidate number 11, Trisha Javier.
Good afternoon. Aside from being an ocean ambassador, I also advocate for anti-depression and anxiety because they also do seminar, they conducting talk to avoid suicidal people, and I will promote the ocean for them to meditate, for them to think deeply and to think clearly and to think that there's so many beautiful places and beautiful things here in our world, and there's something bigger than ourselves, and that is our environment and our nature. And so that I will promote and I will advocate anti-depression and anti-depression through promoting also to be an ocean ambassador, because for us to survive, we need to. There's something bigger than itself, and that is our ocean, our environment, and our earth. Thank you.
Let's call on candidate number 12, Erica Ley Lasiste.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I were to promote anything other than the ocean, it would be pageants. I may be new to the industry, but I've learned a lot, and I learned that although it's a competition, it brings people from different cities and different cultures together, and that's what it contributes to society. Thank you.
Candidate number 30, Lueli Fuentes Uitwaza.
Hi again, everyone. So my other advocacy, besides one marine conservation and saving the oceans, It's actually capacity building for disaster management and preparedness. As having a background in forensic anthropology and bioarchaeology, it's really crucial to have people know and be knowledge about what to do in terms of an emergency, especially in the Philippines, because Philippines is located in the Ring of Fire. Therefore, we are much more prone to typhoons, to earthquakes. So that is one of my biggest focuses as well. And while I'm practicing this, while I practice the disaster management preparedness, I do also promote on how to be sustainable. There is a sustainable way to be good ambassadors of capacity building. Thank you.
Candidate number 14, Migren Andres.
Hi. Actually, I'm very thankful that the question was asked because I am actually promoting my personal advocacy, which I call Task Force Jewel. If I will share a little bit, when I was young, I was actually bullied a lot. I have so many pimples, my nose is not pointed. In short, people are always calling me ugly, and they are always calling me, matalino lang yan. They are always putting that in my mind, and until I was 26, I believed that words coming from other people. When I experienced a breakup 2.5 years ago, lalo siyang tumaas. I felt like, ay, totoo nga, ang pangit ko pala talaga. Then after that, nung nasingle ako, I attended the church and they helped me a lot. And I'm just so happy that right now, I'm just here. And I formulated the Task Force Jewel because I wanted the youth, depression, di ba? It's very prevalent. But what's the root cause? It's insecurity. Insecurity not just in the physical aspect, but insecurity in everything. In career, in finances, in family, in every aspect. And kaya ako to binuo yung Task Force Jewel kasi may pinagbubutan ako, may pinanggalingan ako. And every time I do talks to school, I do technical talks, but I actually insert lagi motivational talks for them to realize how loved they are, how beautiful they are, how precious they are, like a jewel. So that's my personal advocacy Task Force Jewel. Thank you.
Candidate number 15, Odessa Dulay Dokiza.
Hi everyone, aside from being a warrior ocean ambassador, I also want to promote a youth in our province, in whole wide world rather, to be more educated, because if they are educated, they know how to take care of our planet and our ocean by simply following the 5 R's, which is, we all know what it is, right? Reuse, reduce, recycle, replace, rehabilitate, right? With that, we can stand for our planet, for our ocean. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Are there other questions? I would just like to remind our media friends to please cast your votes on your top 3 ocean ambassadors. We'll be collecting your votes in a few minutes.
I'm going to ask candidate number 8 from Miss Madalena. So many pageants are being held right now. What made you decide to decide to join among all the other pageant, Mrs. Scupa?
Actually, at first, I have hesitations on joining Miss Scuba Philippines because I don't know how to dive compared to them. They know how to dive and they are open water license. So I think the one thing that encouraged me is to experience something new because I have a fear in water. So I think Miss Scuba will help me. And in the long run, during my journey here in Miss Scuba Philippines, I've learned a lot on how to give importance to our marine life and marine conservation. Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions before we...
Yeah, my name is Ernie. I'm representing Swan and Georgians. This question is for everyone. If you will be chosen as the Miss Cuba Philippines 2018, how and where are you going to start your advocacy which involves the ocean conservation. Thank you.
Let's start with candidate number 16 this time. And I would like to request everyone to make your answers as concise as possible, since there's 16 of you.
Thank you for the question. As you all know, my advocacy is refuse single-use plastic, and the first thing that I will go to is Manila Bay or Pasig River, because that two specific places contributes a lot of disastrous events to us. Like we have a recent typhoon right now, and for sure we're gonna have a massive disastrous devastation for our communities because of that plastic. And I will decide to encourage the community there to clean up their own homes so they can survive a beautiful living environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernadette. Let's call on Odessa Dokiza.
Hello, ma'am. I'm going to start with my own advocacy, which is coral reef and marine ecosystem conservation. We all know that our ocean have a lot of problems like coral bleaching, which makes our ocean wildlife hard for them to build their own shells like scallops, crabs. So I'm going to push my advocacy, which is coral reef and marine ecosystem conservation, built with building your core groups within you that will eventually make a ripple effect, save our marine wildlife. Thank you.
Candidate number 14, Mikren Jewel Andres.
I think I will start with my first the advocacy that I have, the Auckland Perlas. It is about the protection of the untouched or the unspoiled islands in our country. I travel a lot and I saw a lot of beautiful islands, sobrang raw. And that's why I will start protecting those islands. Unlike what happened in Boracay, it was too much polluted, halos masira yung Boracay natin. And I think it's really right to start to protect those islands na not yet sobrang exposed to other people or sobrang exposed to many people. So I'm encouraging on my advocacy, the Auckland Perlas, to maximize the families, communities, and local government units in that area, because they are the people who know how to protect their islands, their raw islands. So I think I will start with that, the raw islands that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikren. Let's follow Noel Tuazo, candidate number 13.
Hi again, everyone. So for your question, I would actually want to start back home where it all started. My love for the oceans really started when I was younger. As a child, actually, my mom was from Aklan, Pangalan, and his family, they started a coral rehabilitation project 15 years ago, and it's on coral transplanting. So I would really want to start there. Prior to Boracay even having the incident, we were already being active with the coral transplant and reef. And it's just really important to educate the local communities, especially local fishermen, on the importance of corals because they play such a vital role in terms of the food chain and life cycle. So I want to start there then.
Thank you, Noeli. Let's hear it from Erica Asiste.
Hi again, everyone. Just to clarify, you're asking where would I start my advocacy? If I were to be chosen as Miss Scupa Philippines, I would start my advocacy first and foremost at home. Because I believe that everything starts from the home. I would start with influencing my friends and my family because I believe that each person has their own influence and can create a domino effect and influence many others that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Let's call Trisha Javier, candidate number 11.
be chosen to be the next Miss Scuba Philippines, I will start my advocacy at my own school because my advocacy is marine conservation and preservation through effective pedagogy or education. And since sa school, dun yung mga natututo pa lang at nag-a-adapt pa lang sa mga natutunan nila. Since if I'm going to win the Miss Scuba Philippines, and I will be influential people, and I will use my voice to influence them and to educate them the importance of our ocean and how it affects our biodiversity and ecosystem. Thank you.
Candidate number 10, Carlene De Guzman.
My advocacy is to reduce plastic waste. So if I want to make a change or to make a difference in the lives of other people, it must start with me. So the top 3 marine debris found in the Manila Bay is plastic bag, straw, and bottle labels. So I started with me. So I'm using bamboo and metal straws. Also, I'm using eco bag, and also I always bring with me my tumbler. But I believe also that to resolve this issue, it must be a coordinated action. So my second goal is to encourage the conglomerates, the multinational brands to address this issue because they have the big impact and difference, and they are the missing piece in this global issue, in this problem. So I will encourage them, I will write email and encourage them to really address this issue and to really consider seeking best alternatives on how they would package their products using eco-friendly. And third, to the government, especially to the Department of Natural Resources, to tap technologies from other countries that have been successful in eliminating plastic footprints in their nation. That will be all. Thank you.
Aliana Ignohajan, candidate number 9.
Hi again, everyone. So 3 things. First, this is an ongoing initiative I started with myself. So this July, I joined the Zero Waste Management, or the Plastic Free July. So I initiated it and started it myself. Every day I bring a lunch bag wherein it contains the container of my food, my tumbler. It has a pouch which has my straw, metal straw and bamboo straw, and also my bamboo spoon and fork. And afterwards, I try to influence the people at home. So when I started my journey in Miss Scuba Philippines last year, as you all know, I joined 2017 and I rejoined this year. I have nephews and nieces with me at home. And when I was doing my research, they were with me and watching with me like the videos and all sorts of that. And they were asking me, what is happening? Why is there a straw in the turtle's nose and something like that? And I try to explain to them as much as possible the effects of our action, and that majority of the trash that's found in the ocean are ultimately coming from the land. And afterwards, I try to influence people at work. So I'm the president of an initiative at work, which is related to the ocean as well. It's a surfing initiative. And when I became the president of this initiative, I tried to collaborate with other groups and instill activities, not just surfing activities, but more on coastal cleanup, workshops about trash pollution, because that's my advocacy. Because at the end of the day, coastal cleanup is just a band-aid solution to everything. We should go to the root cause and solve that one. And afterwards, I connected with the local government unit, as mentioned earlier. I am working with the Laguna municipality to reach out to communities and know their pain points. Why do they keep on doing what they're doing? And just get their insight. What do you think is the best solution to this problem? How can we help the environment? And I think those are the 4 key elements that we need to understand, and that's something that I've started already. Thank you.
Thank you, Yana. Let's call Shira Rona, candidate number 8.
As reigning Miss Mandaluyong, I am very thankful that I have the opportunity to ask our city government if we have an existing program that will support my purpose, which is creating awareness in totally limiting or banning single-use plastics. Because I want to start it from the bottom and up to the top. Because I believe that creating awareness or doing something will always start with the bottom. Thank you.
Jane Darren Inolisa, candidate number 7.
I will implement it first in my city, which is Davao City. Even though people are responsible in their garbages in our city, I still want to strengthen the bawal magtapon ng basura in public places. And as a literature student, I will write something what our ocean is taking about, and I already witnessed it during our dive in Boan, Batangas. And to be the next Miss Cuba Philippines should have the courage to extend its effort to implement its advocacy. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Let's call Mie Otani.
Gusto ko gagawin ko na yung recycle box para yung plastic bag or bottle, more recycle. Yung recycle box, ilagay natin sa shopping mall para more yung tao po, more hindi itatapon sa dagat or sa trash yung plastic para more hindi masayang. Yun po. Thank you.
Let's call candidate number 5, Sharon Mercado.
Hi. For me, started tayo sa sarili natin. Of course, sa akin, gagawin ko muna. Actually, yung ginagawa ko ngayon, like, posting it ng social media, dahil maraming mas na mga tao ngayon na into internet. So, while doing the action, kailangan din pinopromote ko yun sa social media ko, yung mga ginagawa ko, like, yung nagagawa ko ng eco breaks and nagsasegregate ako sa amin. And natutuwa ako dahil nakaka-inspire pala ako ng mga tao. While doing a simple thing lang. Kaya, para sa akin, kahit maliit na bagay is big thing na. You can save a life with just a simple taking your plastic with you, bringing home your plastic with you. You can save a life, you can save a real life. Thank you.
Candidate number 4, Rosanette Tantad.
Hello again. I will start to myself, my municipality, and to all people. I encourage them to stop using plastic and be recyclable for everything. That's all.
Candidate number 3, Jean Bueno.
So, as what I have said later in my introduction, my advocacy is plastic-free ocean, because we all know that plastic is a very vital part of our everyday lives for convenience, and we, as a person of this planet, we are not aware of that every single plastic we use and throw, it always end up in the ocean, and we people, we are just thinking for our convenience, and we are not thinking about the long-term environmental effects of this. So I will start my advocacy with my municipality, because the barangay of my municipality, Anilao, Mabini, Batangas, is known as the best diving spot in the Philippines. So I want to maintain the cleanliness of our oceans so that our tourism will grow more. That would be all. Thank you.
Let's call candidate number 2, Marinella Brioso.
So, hi po. If I were given a chance to win this pageant, Mrs. Cuba Philippines 2018, I will start my advocacy in my province, because weekend is wala naman po kaming ocean doon. So I will start in my province because I will start my advocacy, which is the art through diving and promote the beauty of marine life via underwater photography and documentary. Because I believe that Pangasinan has also a lot to offer and I believe that I will also start my advocacy, of course, in my province. I believe that nature is the best artist, and Philippines is one of its masterpieces.
And finally, candidate number 1, Lyra Abuna.
Good afternoon again. So earlier this 2018, Laguna Bay was in newspapers because of a company that's been illegally dumping poisonous chemicals on it. And the thing is that those poisons are not only hindi lang nila sinisira yung Laguna Bay, pero sinisira din nila yung kabuhayan ng mga tao doon. Laguna Bay isn't exactly a tourist spot, but it is important to the community because those people, they get their income from that body of water. And as my advocacy, which is marine conservation movement that focuses on educating people about the things that we need to do so that we could help give back to the ocean and bodies of water. By barangay, mas mahalaga na magkaroon tayo ng seminars, workshops, and other activities related doon. So that to educate people sa rights nila, kung paano pangalagaan yung mga yung bodies of water na kung saan din sila kumukuha ng income. So that's important. So I would start, of course, in San Pedro City, which is in Laguna. And malapit kami actually sa Laguna Bay. Kami sa may banda talaga. And by then, by barangay, we'll, after nun, we're going to focus on the other municipalities. So that's my.
Thank you, Lyra. So, great answers, ladies. We'll leave the floor open for last 2 questions, and we request that will be addressed to just one candidate. Last 2 questions from anyone?
Okay, my question is for candidate number 13, 14, and 8. And 8, number 8. My question is, why should you be the next Miss Scuba Philippines?
Well, I don't want to sound so self-serving, but I know every single one of these ladies are well deserving as well. Everybody is very unique in their own way, and they all have different advocacies. I think I should be the next Miss Scuba Philippines 2018 because I have always been an environmentalist. As an anthropologist, we're naturally environmentalists because we study humans and we study societies and cultures. Without taking care of the environment, we can't study humans. But basically, I believe that I do possess qualities that would be useful in the international pageant and I would be able to represent the Philippines well. Thank you.
For me, the Miss Scuba Philippines crown is like a relay baton that needs to be passed to a strong, independent, committed woman who is driven not only by her passion to save oceans, but rather a woman who is fueled by her maturity, by her wisdom, and a woman who knows how to be the salt and light of this world. And for the past year, I believe that our former queens possesses these kinds of attributes, and I believe I possesses these attributes too. And for me, I believe I can be your next Miss Scuba Philippines. Thank you.
I could be your Miss Scuba Philippines 2018 because I know I have a purpose and I am willing to learn about marine conservation and As a human resource student or graduate, I have the power or I have the opportunity to empower others, enable for them to inspire to save our lives.
Siya ay